Yeah, this is an interactive tutorial on how to use Langflow, and then we are going to build a very smart AI smart calendar assistant. So the objective of this tutorial is to introduce you to Langflow and its environment, and then introduce you to AI agents. Langflow is a drag and drop environment to build AI agents and applications. AI agents generally are wrappers, or let's say applications that enhance the use of AIs and LMS and help them to do very and good tasks. And also in this tutorial, we're going to build a complete AI smart calendar assistant. So what does the smart calendar assistant does? It is an AI assistant that connects to your Google Calendar and helps you understand your schedule. You can ask it, what's my schedule for this week? What's my schedule for today? And it also suggests the optimal task slots. Let's say you want to do something very quick, and you are going to ask this AI, hi there, I want to do something today. What time is the best time I can? So it checks for your events, available events, and recommend the best task you can do this task. And also it create and reschedule events by chatting. You chat it up, hey, just like, hey Siri, I want to reschedule my event for this time to this time, or create an event for this time for this and by this. And also you can also get weekly productivity summaries. It just summarize everything you have got done for that week. So that will be the introduction for this video. Now let's get into it. The next chapter in this video is the prerequisites and then the installation guide. The first thing you need to know is that you don't need a lot of knowledge to get started with this. Just understand how to navigate your terminal. If you don't know how to do it, you can just follow up on how I'm doing it. So if you're using Windows, make sure to install WSL and also have Python installed. From, I think the version here is 3.10 to 3.13. Yeah, so install, make sure you have Python, then install this. Coming, you can just do this, open it in new tab, come back here. Now we need to open our terminal, right? So I connect to WSL through I'm gonna do WSL through my VS Code. You can see here I'm connected to WSL. If you have VS Code, install VS Code, then come here, make sure to connect to WSL and you will be with us. Open the terminal here, then come here. Okay, it is running already. Um, the next thing now is to, you know, you have all this, right? Now let's install. Go to this GitHub link, and when you come here, you can scroll down and you will see this place. Click on this UV link, then copy this code here, paste it in your terminal, and then after pasting it, enter. I already installed it, so I will not be running that. So when you run it, you have the UV and then you have Python on your system. So the next thing to do is to copy this code and run it. So instead of running it directly, we want the Langflow to be, we want it to be on our system. So we need to edit that code a little bit. So just add system here, copy it, then paste it, enter, and then it should be done. So we can just do it since, you know, Although I have it before, but it is just going to tell you. You can see everything is fine. Now we need to run Langflow. All you have to do is just copy this code and then paste it. So this will be the installation and this will be the running. So this one will be running. So when you can see it will run, very easy and straightforward. So you just need to give it some time and then let it, launch well and run. So after waiting sometimes, it is done now, right? So now you can copy this link. If it is using another this port, make sure you copy the right port. Then come here and lo and behold, you will be in your in your Langflow system. Now let's create a workflow. You can see a simple agent. That's it. This is a simple agent. So that's it. That's the installation. See you in the next part. Welcome back, guys. So in this chapter, we are going to talk about the plan we are like implementing in this project. The first thing to know is that this is just like a summarization of what we are doing. At first, this here will be the agent we are building, right? I mean, everything here will be the agents that help us do everything. That will be the LLM that we are using. I will be using Gemini. That's the Gemini 2.5 Pro because it is free. Then after this LLM, then we have the tools. So we need Google Calendar tools that will be able. We need tool that will be able to create an event, a tool that will be able to delete events, a tool that will be able to list calendar, to list events, and those will be the tools we're needing. So and then this will be the user input. We are going to feed the tools and then the input. We feed it to the LLM. So that's the model. Then from that, the LLM is going to produce an output. So there will be an output. Sorry, I'm so bad in doing. So there will be an output box. So this output will be able to show it to the user, and that's pretty much everything we are doing. So we are just summarizing it. We need some tools, we need the input, we feed the tools at the input. By this input will also be our prompt, the user input plus our prompt. Then we feed it to the agent or the LLM, then it give us an output, and then the output we can now show it to the user. Now let's see it working. Now let's build. So the first thing we do, these are the things I've done before. Now the first thing we do is to run our Langflow. So you can come to your terminal, any terminal you are using. If you install the same way installed, then you should be able to continue. If you didn't, just run and meet me, guys. So when you run it, wait, give it enough time. It's going to take enough time. So give it the time. After some time, so it works. So you should see this. Just copy this link, then go to your browser and paste it. So it should be done. Obviously, I've built this before, but let's create a new project. This is it. Yeah, don't know. Is this button not working? Download. Okay, yeah. Now the new project, rename the project. So let's call it AI assistant. I already had the same project. I've built everything before, so but just teaching you guys how to. Now come here. not this one. Now create a new flow. I will say you should just create a blank because at the end and it is the same thing. Or you can use this simple agent because you are building an agent, but just use a blank one here. Call this AI assistant too. Now, by our plan, let's come to this plan. What do we need first? Should we just get the input first? Let's get the input first. So these are the components here. You can see a lot of components are here. So we need to kind of take some kind of data. So we need an input. Search for input here. As you can see, this is a text input and this is a chart input. Just use the chart input. You can see, bring it here. I love to make it small. So we have a chart input, right? We said we need a prompt. So we need a prompt template. So this prompt template will be the prompt we're sending to our LLM. Do you understand, guys? So it will be the prompt plus. Do you know what a prompt is? A prompt is like a summarization of or a clear instruction of what you want your agent or your AI to build. So it is more like the director that gives the AI the capability and ability to do everything they want to do. So this is our prompt template. Then the next thing we need is an agent. So we call it agent. View the agent here. You see here. Okay, these agents kind of have some kind of error. If you try, you see here. So I'm not using this one. You can delete these agents and let's use what I used before. Agent 2 is more like of a tool. This is a tool calling agent. Yeah, tool calling agents. So this is an agent designed to utilize various tools seamlessly with workflow. That is, you are going to give it a language model it is going to use. You provide it the tools and a system prompt to use. So this is the prompt we are going to, we are going to do the prompt here. Then we feed it here. Yeah, now the next thing we need now is a language model. Although we have a true calling agent, but we need a language model. So I said we are going to use Gemini. So just search for Google, and this is Google generative AI. So this is it here. See, we are using a lot of things now, so I need to make this organized. So you can bring the Google generative AI here. Yeah. Now we need to output it as a language model and not just a model response. So you now connect the language model to your true calling agent. You see right here. And then the prompt output, you can now connect it to the system prompt here. Do you get, guys? Okay. We have that configured, right? And this true calling agent is going to give us an output. So we output it to the user. This is the chat output. Now you can now do this chat output, and that's it. You see right here. If you notice, all we need now is the tool. If you notice in our plan, we need tools, and we have not feed in our two calling agents with the tools. So now what do we need? We need a tool, and then our tool is basically on calendars. We need access to a calendar, the user calendar and all. So this compose this one, this is it. This here, Composio 2. Yep, this here is going to give us access. Yep. Now, if you add this, definitely you need a Composio API key. Just click on this, and this is the docs you need to go to. Go to the docs, create an API key, and put it in here. You can create a global variable here. You can add a new variable, and every time you need your variables, you can just, instead of pasting and copying, you can just click on it and use it this way. As you can see, that's how I'm using it. You can see here, right? Now you need to select the tools. First, okay, it is already in true mode. Now you need to select, oh, we are using the wrong one. Sorry, not this. Although it is composable, search for calendar. Yes, this is a Google Calendar. As you can see, it is using the composer API key. Then the next thing is to select the actions. Here, instead of selecting action directly, just enable true mode here. Yeah, and you see what happened now. This is going to turn to a true instead of a data frame. Do you understand, guys? So you see, now you have the tool set. Now you can now select the actions that you want this tool to be able to perform. We want to be able to perform events, to create event, to delete an event, to find events, to find free slots. So that will be able to tell if you want your AI to like schedule an event for you, it finds the free slot, then give you the best time. You can fetch the Google Calendar, get current date at time to, you know, if you want to tell your AI to create an event 1 hour times from now, it is definitely going to take your current time, then then create in that 1 hour time. You can also list Google Calendars quick add events. Sometimes I feel the best thing is just to use one of these two. You can use one of these two, but it is also very good to add the two. Sometimes you want to create event very in a detailed way. This one here, the parameters are much. You can add the attendees, you can add the Google Calendar ID and all the descriptions, event times. But for the quick add, as you can see here, all you need is the calendar ID, the send updates, and then the text. You see right now, so that's the difference, but they are the same thing, just that the create event will create a detailed event, while the quick add is just going to like add it quickly, as you can see. So if you want to remove attendee, but we don't want that for now, you can also update Google events. So, and that's all we need. We give it the enough tool that they need. So that those tools are enough for your agent to literally work with everything you want to work now. So then you connect the tool set to your true calling agent. I don't know, are you guys following? In your Google generative AI, you don't need to give it any input, right? All you need is to output it as the language model. Then make sure to select the model. Some models doesn't accept true calling, so just use 2.5 Pro, and then make sure to input your Google API key also. I saved it as a global variable, that's why you're seeing it here, and that's pretty much everything you need to do here. Yes, yes, yes. Now let's go to the next step, and that will be prompt engineering. Now let's work on prompt engineering. So let's come to this prompt template, edit it by clicking on that. Now you can now edit prompt. This is my prompt, but you can work on your own and make it better. This is just for the tutorial sake. By testing, you can change your prompt after testing, and then yeah, you should use the best one. You can see you are a smart agent. You see everything, you have all the tools you need. I will be pasting this, and then assumption, I give you the default time zone is PST unless the user specifies otherwise, because you can because every time it kind of ask the user what time zone do you want to use. Sincerely, you can just delete this. I used that when I wasn't using previous messages, and everything I pretty want to do must be done once. So but now we have previous messages, that is the AI cannot have the memory of everything your user is saying. The current user input and previous messages, I mean the chat history, that will give the agent the context of the current chat. So you can now check and save. Now we need to give this prompt templates two inputs. If you remember, this, if you want to add an input to your prompt, by you can do this and then this. So we need to give two inputs to the prompt template. The first one is the user input, and that will come from the chat. So this will be the chat, and add it here. Oh, it is overlapping, I'm sorry. So chat input, add it to the user chat. Now previous message, you can now ask, how do we have access to the previous message? So we need another component called the message store. Okay, message history, yeah, it's called history. So first, this is retrieve, right? You can now add the retriever here. That will be the but we are not saving any message currently, so we need to add another one. I will call it store. You can see, and then the response from this AI, before they output it, we can now connect it to the store. So this is what quickly happened when the user send a message. It comes here. It's the first time there won't be any history, so it comes here. The AI, we construct a prompt, then we send it to the two calling agents. Yeah, it has all tools, and it also has a model, the language model it is going to use, and it gives us an output. Then the output, we save it to the message history, then we give the user an output. Then we'll come back here. The next time our prompt is going to include the current message history, then send it. We also have the history saved, then store it back, and we keep repeating that. So that's pretty much everything that's happening. By giving it a message history, it gives the AI some kind of context. If there is no history, you have to run everything preach on once, and when you send another message, the AI is not going to understand anything. But with history, it understands where you are coming from, everything you are currently doing, everything that is done, and everything that should be done. Now the next thing now is to, after giving this Google Calendar some, we need to test our input. We need to test it. So I think you will have to enable, you have to connect by clicking on here. There's a connect button. This is run. No, not this. This. So it is more like to connect to the Google Calendar component. You should run it so you'll be able to test. So when you are trying to deploy this in real life scenario, you have to enable and handle authentication for this Google Calendar. I think that's pretty much the only authenticator in this project. So okay, I was connected. You can see now, if you click on the connect button, it will take you to your uh, Google account. I'm coming. Let's see what happens first. Let's test. I know it is I. What can you, by clicking on the playground, you can test it. It's pretty much straightforward, and we have an agent working. So if you want to build complex thing, you just need to add your agent and all. And it is kind of straightforward. You see here, I am a smart assistant, agent assistant, your intelligence schedule. I can help you with the following. How can I help you today? But very straightforward. This building take us less than 5 minutes or something, and it should be less if I'm not explaining. Now is this connect? We need to connect this. Okay, I do not want to connect. Let's see what happens without connecting. Okay, what is my schedule? I think it is showing us two outputs currently because the AI, because we are kind of testing. We see this output and we also see the last output. But in real life, you are not going to see these true calling agents. You are not going to see this true calling agent output. This is more like the true calling agent. You may decide not to output these two calling agents to the user and kind of put in another model and summarize it, but we want to make this as easy as possible, so we are doing it straightforward. Okay, you know I connected before, so that's why it asks access to my Gmail. So that's what's going on here, and you can see everything. It is showing my schedule. I asked it what is my schedule this month, and this is not the final output. There should be an output soon because this seems to be the true calling agent. As you can see, of course, I can be happy with that, and it shows me all my current schedule for that month. Straightforward. It has access to my calendar. Okay, let's say you should add. Okay, create. Let's see what happens. You see, you can see everything, every tool it is calling. It get the current date time because we want it to happen in the next hour. After the current date time, what happens? It is going to create the event. You see, and then I have created this event AI Smart for you. It is scheduled today. It's very straightforward. Now, let's ask it for our schedule for that day. And it should include the currently created event. The one we just created now, it should output it to us because, and if I have other events, it will show me that. Okay, so get the current date. So that's why it's using get current date time. Okay. As you can see, everything here, study station, are all my schedule today. And at the end, there's an AI smart that happens here. As can you see it, guys? Now, let's ask this AI a question that let us know it has access to all our chat history. Okay, according, you see, I said I you see I'm making it according to our chat history because these questions can also be answered by just you know okay, how many questions have I asked today without context? You see, you have asked 4 questions. As for your schedule, let me check your calendar. As you can see, just doing the thing and giving us an output. It looks like you have a busy day ahead. Here is your schedule. So that's more like of a busy day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I feel This is great, and that's it. We created an AI that's working pretty well, and you know we built it pretty fast. Let's talk about the deployment. How or your options for deploying this system. First of all, if you are using this in a production-based environment, the best thing and the most appropriate things to do is to use the API access. You can build a very beautiful front end with React, anything. Then you call an API call to this. When you host, it will not be localhost you're going to call again. When you host this at the back end, you can have a domain name for it. Then from your front end, you can now call that and create more like of uh, a chat interface where you call the backend, let them know what the user, and you can now you can utilize this to the maximum. You know, you just use this as a backend, and then you can now create a front end for it. Yeah. You can also enable voice and or record the voice, send it to the backend, and you're pretty much good to go. So there are also other options. There's this MCP server. You can also embed it into sites. This is also kind of straightforward. Host it somewhere. Host this local this Langflow project somewhere. Then you can now add this to your site and add this JavaScript. Add this script to your site, and it will pretty much look something like this. I'm coming. So it will pretty much look like this. So this is something it is going to look like, as you can see here. So we can do other things. I know that's the embedded. That's how the embedded look like. So I also add an access to chatting from in my terminal by using a Python. You know, just do Python chat. You see here, hello, how are you? And then it should give me an output there. So here too, I don't know what happens. I'm kind of calling. Hello, you can see hello. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm here and ready to help you with your schedule you need. What do you need for today? So this I access this with the API. Yeah. See here. So this is the API here. So by using an API request, so you have a lot of options to utilize. Just do what's great for you. Yep. As you can see here, of course, I can help you with that. Here's a summary of your schedule today. This is an embedding version of it. Just do, based on what you want to use it for. But I still believe the best option is this API access. There's a shareable bag playground also. Uh, there's also a shareable playground. So there's a playground directly. But the best thing and the best option is the API access. Currently, I had an issue with this shareable playground. It's also kind of straightforward, and okay, it is working now. Okay, I feel this is not bad. You see, this is actually not too bad. You can share this publicly. If you are hosting this in public, you can also share it instead of localhost, and you'll be able to share it. I feel this is amazing. Also, look, this is a very straightforward. This shareable playground. It is actually straightforward. Now let's ask, what is my plan today? This is public. We are not testing it. It is you can share it in public. So by hosting it, instead of if you don't want this playground thing and you want a better you can leave this alone. So you can more like redirect in by using so this is public and it works fine. So yeah, should be good to go. The only thing you will need to undo if you are using this in real life will be the authentication, right? So how the user authenticates their Google Calendar. So that's the only thing you can extend, and you can also build your AI to be capable of literally every other thing, just not just what we give it to it. You understand? So yeah, that's it. And thank you for watching. See you guys.